VLOOKUP is a very important function in Excel. It is used in situations where you've got a big table array but you want just a specific piece of information. So to do this VLOOKUP example, I have taken the context of an organization which is into selling gardening tools. Here in the table array A1 to A31, you see there are about 30 products that the company is selling, and the column C reflects their corresponding rates. Now for probably preparing an invoice, we want the rates of only these 4 garden tools. The number of units at the that we've been able to sell is so many, and we need to prepare the total billing amount. So if we want to pull up or look up for garden tool set from this particular data here, we would be using VLOOKUP. Now the V in the lookup function, V essentially is for vertical. So whenever your data is arranged vertically, we would use VLOOKUP, and in other circumstances wherein your data is arranged horizontally, you might want to use HLOOKUP, and for that please check in the next video. And here for VLOOKUP, we would start with the VLOOKUP function. We press the tab key to complete the function, and now the next prompt that Excel asks us is to look up value. So what's the value that needs to be looked up? And we are looking at the garden tool set. Then the next is the table array. So always remember that whenever we are using the VLOOKUP, the table array that you pick up, the first column of that table should have the lookup value. So if I was looking for garden tool set, I cannot be using the table array starting from column A. It essentially would always be starting from B, because column B has the name of the values that I'm looking for. So here using shift control down and right key, I pick up my table array, and here it is very important that I freeze the table array. The reason being that when I drag down the formula for more values, I want the table array to be frozen to the cells that I have selected. The next is the column index number. So in the selected table array, the information that I am seeking could have been arranged in just any column number. Now interestingly, this particular table array that we're using here essentially just have 2 columns, and the information that we are seeking, that is the rate, is there in the second column. So here we would just put a 2. Had this been a table which had multiple columns, then we would have given the column number which had the rate list in it. Now further a comma, and Excel prompts me for the range lookup that the value that it returns, should it be an approximate match or should it be an exact match? And we of course want it to be an exact match, so we put a false here and we say enter, and we would get the rate for garden tool set. And somewhere if we scroll here, the garden tool set 1800 rupees is a rate, and we get that particular rate. I double click to get the rates of all the subsequent items, and I am ready to prepare my invoice. Hope you enjoyed watching the video.